Hello YouTube, greetings viewers and returning subscribers. I see there are quite a few new subscribers over the past month, I think at least 50 or so. For all of you, I hope you've enjoyed these videos on PalmOS devices, on bikes, on computing, on all sorts of things that I've uploaded in the past month, and let me know if there's anything you're interested in examining. I'm planning to do a lot more videos on PalmOS devices in the future. I hope you're having a great evening, and indeed, on this chilly, rainy, windy evening here in Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm excited to tell you about a database that's wonderful for all of you PalmOS aficionados out there. This database is very unusually called PalmDB. I believe I've used this for about 4 years or so. I remember finding it in 2020 or 2021 from a retro mobile device related Discord. Interestingly enough, there is a PalmDB Discord. I highly recommend joining that if you are on a Discord. There's also links to PalmDB in the Palm subreddit. And if you're watching this video, it's possible you found it through the Palm subreddit. I am featuring a lot of my videos there, and it's a great place to ask questions and get support for your Palm OS devices. PalmDB is a lot more than just a database of Palm OS applications. It also has a custom search engine that's focused on Palm devices developed by Ginger Beardman. It has a light version so you can download Palm OS applications straight on your device, say a TX that has Wi-Fi, a Tungsten E2 with Bluetooth. You can do PPP over Bluetooth, as I've talked about in previous videos. You can connect through Wi-Fi, or I was about to say wireless Ethernet. You can connect to the internet through Wi-Fi on, say, a TX or similar device. And just with this very simple menu on a typical Palm OS browser, you can get right to the PRC that you need for a particular application and even search in this search box. Let me go back to the main page here. The feature downloads are worth looking at. I mean, they're popular for a reason. There's, DOSBox, a DOS emulator, Palm DOSBox, so you can, run DOS applications. I'm hoping to have documents to go. I'm hoping to have a video featuring different retro computing emulators on Palm in the future, including a Cosmac ELF emulator, a Moss Kim um, yes, a Moss Kim 1 emulator, and possibly Evo, which is a very cool midlet that Nino Ivanov, a friend of mine who has the wonderful channel Alone in the Kitchen by Nino Ivanov, developed as a simple assembly language old mainframe emulation tool that you can run on practically any device, from an Arduino to a flip phone to a Palm device. See, there's another feature download here that it's probably got rotated out, but I'll show you in a little bit, where you can take videos and format them into a appropriate resolution to watch on your Palm OS device. So to reiterate, PalmDB is a lot more than a repository of Palm OS applications. It offers different desktop tools, so you can sync your Palm OS devices to a Linux, Mac OS, or Windows PC. It offers drivers to make that syncing happen, developer tools, emulators, ROM images, and even 3D printed components. This is incredibly cool, and I don't remember this from when I last looked. You can get STL files, so you can print a 3D print a new battery cover, say if you lose or break the battery cover in your device. There's even things like shoulder buttons for a Tapwave Zodiac, the multimedia gaming focused Palm console, hinge plugs, and I'm sure more in the future. I myself should consider designing some 3D printed components, like say a battery cover for Palm 3s or other similar devices that use AAA batteries. There are archives. There's older documentation for Palm OS devices, service manual for CLEs. This is really cool. I mean, I never expected to see this. A NIST PDA forensics guide. This is so cool for me personally, considering I live about 4 miles from NIST. Just up the road, generated documentation in PalmDB. Incredibly cool. Palm Magazine's Palm OS Cobalt documentation, which was a planned but not released successor to Palm OS Garnet, and just lots more stuff here. And I'm sure more of that could be uploaded or connected, say, with the Internet Archive. There's disk images that I imagine have programs for Palm OS. Who would have guessed? But also things like sync software. I guess that's moved in a different location, but particular cards and cards with applications that you can add to devices with an SD or MMC slot. There's ROM images, other websites, and then links to different community projects, Cloud Pilot, Mu Emulator, and Pilot Bridge. These are various emulators and tools to use Palm Pilots online. I think in Pilot Bridge, you can technically share a Palm OS device over the web, which is really sick. And there's indeed, I'll have to talk about this in a future video, there's a project to build new hardware that runs Palm OS called Project Repalm that Dmitry Grinberg develops. There's various websites like Palm Archive that has a number of different applications. And in a format, a website format that I think would probably be pretty accessible on a Palm device through Palm OS web browsers. Squirrel JME, I'm going to go to this, a emulator. I shouldn't say emulator, a virtual machine to preserve the use of midlets. It's a platform for the software preservation of mobile Java ME devices, like Palms, like flip phones, like candy bar phones of the 90s, 2000s, and even 2010s. I've talked about a Samsung Rugby 4 in the past that I used back in the 2010s and runs midlets incredibly well. That is all super, super cool. There's a nice search tab here. We can use that to look up applications like CIC Word Complete, which I talked about in a fairly recent video. I really also like how the applications are shown here, the website design. You not only get, the particular application, category, number of times it's viewed, and a short description, you also get a preview screenshot here to give you an idea of what it does. Informative screenshot, and of course a download button here. That is truly wonderful. I already had shown you light.palmdb.net. Let's see what else we can look at in the search box. I'll look up FFmpeg. There's a page about, I'll have to go into desktop tools instead. There's a tool that you can use to convert videos into a format viewable on Palm OS devices, FFmpalm. That is why I was not searching for it correctly. A universal video converter. You can see that screenshot there. That is wonderful because imagine you're on a long road trip or a long flight and you have your cute little Palm device with you. Oh, I held that upside down. You have your cute little Palm device with you and you've got nothing else to do but watching movies. Thanks to FFmpalm, you could have whatever movies you want to watch. Glengarry Glen Ross, Taxi Driver. I'll have to think of it. Citizen Kane. You can watch all these things on your Palm device. And on that note, not have to worry about DMCA. Sorry, I just had to point that out. But it's very, very thoughtful that someone included this in PalmDB so that you can watch all kinds of movies and other media on your Palm device without an internet connection. True abandonware and sort of sneaker net there. There's UC Linux, microcontroller Linux. There's small Linux distributions for Palm. They're also uploaded here. DVD collection with different Palm files. They're popular uploads marked here. They're all popular for a reason. Xmaster, that is a successor to Hackmaster and lets you add little shortcuts and various functionality hacks to your Palm device. Asika USB drivers to sync your Palm devices on 64-bit Windows. A solitaire, a form of solitaire and acid free cell. Palm simulator amongst emulators, and then device ROMs. With that all covered, I just want to quickly show you Ginger Beardman's Palm app search engine, which is super cool. You can put up, look for things like billiards or teal paint here. I want to show you this. This is a Palm optimized Google search because it gives us a little gateway into Palm Archive. We're just looking here at a shareware version of billiards released by Megasoft that works, it looks like, on pretty much all Palm OS versions. I just want to point this out because the format of this page just lends itself to the typical browser you have on a Palm OS device. You can see, all different versions of billiards and which one works on which Palm, game instructions, and then all these little screenshots probably taken from a desktop Palm OS emulator to give you an idea how to play the game and what different options are available. As you can see, as I'm going down the page, this is quite extensive. I really enjoyed, taking a look at this, and there's a lot more programs where that came from. That's the beauty. Palm is, it's very sadly obsolete. Palm OS is a dead, not really dead, but obsolete operating system, and this means there's tons of abandonware that you can enjoy on these obsolete devices. I think that gets to a broader point. I first started using Palm OS devices, I think in 2004 or 2005, and I never realized at that time just how much I would be able to use now, 20 years later, and I'd be able to find very easily thanks to projects like this. So I'd like to thank everyone who made PalmDB possible for creating this and continuing to develop PalmDB. This has really helped me enjoy my Palm OS devices and my collection of Palm devices far better than I ever could have before. I'll go ahead and just show you the special thanks. There's many Patreon supporters. It's definitely not possible without donations to PalmDB and these individuals who helped with Palm Pilots, Tungstens, Zodiacs, and so on. And with that, I conclude this video about the PalmDB Palm database. I'll just wrap up and say for a third time, it's more than just a repository of Palm OS applications. I hope you found this video useful. Please leave your thoughts and experiences with PalmDB, your questions as well, in the comments down below. And like and subscribe as always. Thanks for watching and have a great one.